We're ready for a show. Kindergarten has been working a long time. Thank you all for all of your work for it. Kindergarten, are you ready?
Let's start the show. Open the curtains and take a look.
Did you ever imagine you'd see me on stage? Now I'm here. There's no telling what may ensue. No, there's no telling what. But I'll give you a clue. All the things you can think, all the things you can think, if you're willing to try. Think invisible ink, or an ink with a stick, or a stare to the sky. If you open your mind, oh, the things you will find, lining up taking notes. All the things you can think when you think about shoes.
Hard to believe such a thing could be true, and I hope such a thing never happens to you. But it happened, they say, to poor Maisie McGrew, and it happened like this. She was sitting one day at a desk in a school in her usual way when she felt a small twitch on the top of her head. So Maisie looked up and she almost turned around. Something peculiar was going on there. A daisy was sprouting right out of her hair.
Behind her was sitting young Hermina Strudel.
This looks like a daisy up here in the room. It does not make sense. Why could not be so? And it looks like more daisies grow.
Then up spoke another, Einsteina Van Tass, the brightest young lady in the whole of the class.
It's a very high place to be sprouting a daisy, but nevertheless one is growing on me. Hey, look, right here in this room. Maybe I know you see bursting in bloom.
Miss Sneecher, the teacher, came rushing up quick.
Charles here is playing a trick. What was the grassing in her mirror? You know that a daisy could never grow there. But teacher, I saw the daisy right out of her head with my very own eyes. Just give me daisy. It's a lie.
But Miss Teacher had heard quite enough of this talk.
Baby, hold still. Let me get that stuff. Ouch! Quit yanking. They're giving her pens. I bet those roots go way down in the
The kids in the class started shouting like crazy.
Daisy head, Daisy head, Maisie. Daisy head, Daisy head, Daisy head, Maisie. Daisy head.
Children, be quiet! Good grief and alas! To think this is happening right here in my class!
Daisy head, Daisy head.
I've taught in this for 20 years, maybe more.
Daisy head,
But I've never seen anything like this before.
Daisy
Now the principals, good Grum and Crumb, were very wise people, just as smart as they come. They knew more than anyone else in this nation about long division and multiplication. They all knew the answers, why oceans are deep, why skies are so high, and why mountains are steep. They should have the answer to this thing on Maisie.
My word, it's Genuine Daisy. I've seen them quite often in the fields growing wild, but never before on the head of a child.
Now, what in the world ever made this thing sprout? I have no idea, but I'm going to find out. It says here, it says they grow on land. They grow in between rocks and also on sand.
Daisies, it says sometimes grow in Daisies, it says sometimes grow in a pot, but mention the head of a girl it does not.
They grow in Japan, Spain, and Peru, in India, France, and Ireland too. They grow in South Boston and also in Rome. But why should they grow in this little girl's dome? Say, look it! It's wilting, it's drooping. How wonderful, Maisie. It'll soon be gone and you'll be rid of that thing.
In just a few minutes, our troubles will pass, so now you may take her back to the class.
Then the principal saw a most terrible sight. That Daisy was dying, and that was all right. But that Daisy was part of poor Maisie McGrew, and Maisie was starting to wilt away too.
Teacher, don't die, please. They're both going to die. Hurry, bring them a drink. Hurry, get Maisie's parents at the end of the line. You need them here quickly while there's still time. Hello, yes, what's all the films? Grimace, Bessie, I'll be on the next bus.
A call to the shoe store reached Mr. McGrew. He answered while holding a customer's shoe.
Yes, this is... Oh no, she's gone at once. I really must go. Don't worry, Macy, I'm coming right there.
And he ran out of the shoe store with no time to spare.
The doctor says here, an expert at plants like the one on her head.
So he called Dr. Eisenbart, who said,
My stethoscope's packed. I'll be there in a tick. Goodness gracious, a child with a head that is probably herbaceous? I simply must see this. I'll come over to you. Wait, Doc. I come along too. My brother's a vet, and he loves Mr. McGrew.
then Finch the florist, who grabbed for her shears.
I'm grabbing my shears, I beat the ass, and that's my car can't shift gears.
Meanwhile, poor Maisie lay down on a couch. The daisy slung down on its stem in a slouch. But the window was open because it was warm, and the sweet-smelling daisy attracted a swarm of bees. Maisie jumped up. The faster she ran, the faster they flew. So Maisie kept running. What else could she do? In the park she ran into Officer Thatcher. The bees on her heels were just starting to catch her.
Wait a minute, kid, I'll be right back.
And left Maisie alone to fend off the attack. But Thatcher returned with a bucket, and right smack on her head he stuck it. It sat on the top of her head. She felt like a fool.
Kid, I'll take you right back to your school.
Principal Grum and Crumb didn't know what to do.
It's much worse than we feared. The Daisy and Maisie have both disappeared.
Behind her came charging Mr. McGrew, chased by a customer chasing his shoe. Miss Finch the florist. Dr. Eisenbart too. Dr. Eisenbart's patient, and Mrs. McGrew. Then the door opened and in came poor Maisie, wearing the bucket protecting her daisy. Then Officer Thatcher, who looked all around,
Anyone here notice Kid Daddy now? Mama!
but Mrs. McGrew stepped back with a shudder.
I think I feel safe.
The doctor approached, stethoscope to his ear. But the wail of a siren was soon all he could hear. And then, without warning, the door opened wide. And who but the mayor should step right inside? At meetings and greetings there was none to compare. He was best at long speeches, chock full of hot air.
His Honor the Mayor.
For me,
young Daisy will be disconnected from all of our foreign simple and sound. Daisy belonging to the kindergarten. The rest are illegal and by the facility.
Just as the mayor finished his talk, Finch the florist began to quietly walk, and standing directly right behind Maisie, but Maisie, she saw her and let out a screech. She pushed her aside and raced out of reach. Then from the back came a voice, sometimes loud, sometimes slick, a wheeler and dealer who knew every trick.
I'm Finagle the agent. You've heard of me, I'm sure. I represent young, what's his name, and others now on tour. But Maisie, you're so special. Please let me shake your hand. Your talent is a wondrous thing, unique in all the land. Daisy Head Maisie's spelled out bright light. Will drive kids in the day, parents at night. Daisy Head Maisie got quite an act. Just stick with me, kid, and sign this contract. Your flower needs to sign too.
Maisie, don't be a fool.
And the principal begged her not to leave school. But Maisie didn't stop to blink. She signed her name in think-proof ink. And the daisy signed too. Daisy Head fever was gripping the nation. It had quickly become a worldwide sensation. Daisy Head burgers and Daisy Head drinks, Daisy Head stockings and Daisy Head sinks, Daisy Head buttons and Daisy Head bows. Maisie was famous, the star of her shows. Fame had knocked on Maisie's door. Now she had it all and more. Piles of money stacked in tens. But what is money without friends? Dream had led her far astray. That was the price she had to pay. Maisie McGrew ran night and day. Nowhere to go, nowhere to stay. Because she was sure that everyone must have written her off in total disgust. Over and over again in her head, these are the words that poor Maisie said.
I can never go home again. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me.
Nobody loved her. Poor Maisie McGrew. It's hard to believe such a thing could be true. And maybe that's why, then, this Daisy above, when Maisie below began talking of love. Well, you know about daisies. When love is in doubt, the job of the daisy is try and find out.
They love her. They love not. They love her. They love her not. They love her. Don't worry, Maisie. They love you.
They love me.
Well, that's how it all happened. The thing went away. And Maisie McGrew is quite happy today. Back at her studies and doing just great in all of her subjects in room number 8. And concerning that daisy, you know that it never grew out at the top of her head again ever. Well, it practically never popped up there again accepting occasionally, just now and then.
And after all, I'm getting used to it.
Qualities that make you, you.
It was a story about celebrating those qualities that make each of us unique.
Today, tomorrow, and each day.
As Dr. Seuss said, today you are you, and that is truer than true. No other life that is truer than you. Always remember that it doesn't matter what others may say. Just be happy with yourself each and every day. And we know that you're each special and unique in our very own way. So we wanted to share our ideas to end our way.